Hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Let's see what happened. There was smoke, there was a lot of commotion, and let's get started. Okay, we're on the outside. Oh, the music has started, and it begins just after noon, the Old Bailey defendant's antechamber. What on earth just happened in there? Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened. What happened? Tell us, you're so smart. I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it was a young girl of around 15, I hear. Was she in the audience? A young girl, then could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilded was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilded, actually? There are so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with a young girl. Oh, so she was caught too. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What is it? The 20 pence. Oh. Why? According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. Oh, so she, like, snuck on? That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now, it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right. That is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. Okay. Thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young woman will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mrs. Sato. Yes! Yes, we'll know soon enough. Okay, back in the courtroom. Oh, she looks so cute. Already. I love her outfit. Oh my god, so cute. There's a young girl next to Mr. McGilded. Look. She must have been the one who caused a disturbance before. Did he change his outfit? Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilded. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke, which veiled proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. Oh, what? How did she get her hands on it then? Good gracious, the army, what in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? How should we voice her? I don't even know. Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior? Is she, like, deaf? If I may, my lord. I'm sorry. His accent just keeps changing from, like, Cockney to Australian to New York. I don't even know. Yes, Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that this wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that? 'Tis all tied up with events from that night, so it is. The music just ends so abruptly. Very well, Mr. McGilded, give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. I think he said that, like, sarcastically. But I didn't really convey that. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, begorra, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. Okay. Why was she hiding there? I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather, on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus. Is that correct? 'Tis exactly as the defense counsel said. This last was the 5th passenger, my lord. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel? Ready as ever. Let's go. Or rather, no, I have no idea where to start. The look on his face. He's like... The young girl. Okay. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Okay. Then begorra. A loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. Okay. I do wonder how you must be feeling, Mr. Naruhodo. Being the defendant's lawyer and yet finding myself as stunned as everyone else at his testimony? Let's just say it's trying. We certainly had precious little time to talk to Mr. McGilded before the trial. But we mustn't be dispirited. We must just try to learn all the facts we can. When we arrived in London this morning, I didn't see my day panning out like this. Yeah, we didn't even go get coffee yet, or like, we haven't even had lunch. No grumbling, even in your head. How did you know? She actually can read your mind. Okay, let's just press one by one again. Let's press this one, because we have no information right now. Okay, when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? No, there wasn't. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. Okay. You were the first passenger, as it were? I see. Aye, and that's why I took the backside as I did. 'Tis the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means. 'Tis how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Okay. Oh, surprised. Okay, let's do that one. A loud thud, you say, and a scream? Why, and that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone falling to the ground, that sort of noise. Oh, so you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed? Well now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fellow on the floor. You didn't see anyone, but at the same moment you did hear a scream? Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume? Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin. A scream from inside the cabin. Probably from the girl, then. But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before me eyes. What was it? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, let's press this one. You sat him up? The victim, you mean? That I did, on the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? I guess not. Oh, 'tis common courtesy, so it is. I'm a gentleman, a polite man. I find that a little hard to believe. Arrah, Lord Vay and Zeeks, now why would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well, now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest? Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle with trouble. Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there? Heavens, no, alive, no. I was always intending to report it, so I was. Only I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example? Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. Yeah. And then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? What did you find? I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir. So I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, now, 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under my backside. Good gracious. Under your backside. And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubbyhole there for storage. Mr. Naruhodo, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course, the whole bus was submitted as evidence. Should we look at it now? Let's look at it now. Okay. Okay, okay, open the door. Ooh, well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? Ugh, the scene of the murder. It's horrible. It's fine. It's fine. It's already over. There's no one there. Okay, so, oh, whoa, okay. Let's, we're still assuming that he sat on this side. The seat looks reasonably soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it, and only just wide enough for two gentlemen to sit side by side, really. Not with that attitude. Of course, an English gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery. It would be quite impossible for her to climb up to the roof deck, so she would have to be seated in here. A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? Tell me about it. Okay. Can we look at that? The seat has a handle, it seems. Nice. Okay. Oh, wow. It's like really big. This is a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Is it? Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Can we look more? Oh. That's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Ooh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. Okay. Yeah, what's wrong with this? I don't know. Let's look at the blood stain. That's blood, isn't it? Blood? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet, Van Zieks has made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Is there a compartment under here? Let's look at this one. That's blood that soaked into the seat, the victim's obviously. Yes, and that seat would be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab someone in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark, and there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. What's this? Ah, that's a poster for the Great Exhibition. Okay, there's more. Okay. Yeah, we get it. We get it. The Crystal Tower. We get it. Wait, I can't even look under. Maybe... Is there something up here? Let's do the skylight real quick. So, this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. So people sit all the way up here on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them. They have to pay money to do so? I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment? What? Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin at least. Oh, that is weird. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something, but I guess we'll just go on. I've seen enough. Let's get the fuck out of here. Okay, let's just go back for now. I don't know what else I'm looking for. Okay. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. We already did that. I literally just did that with you, Susato. And that's when I found her. There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball. Okay, let's press this one. That's the last one. You say she was hiding herself. Aye, that's right. 'Twas hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball. When our eyes met, well, my heart nearly stopped beating in my chest. You're really overacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chin wag with her. The seat opposite. Chin wag? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. But while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fella's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats? Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. Oh, weird. In other words, the previous witnesses did not in fact see you at all, Mr. McGilden. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason. What? Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now. Okay, now it's... His action keeps like morphing around and I'm sorry. Sat at the back of the carriage out of sight. It is certainly plausible the defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature and readily confused perhaps with this young girl. Well, he has a tall hat, though. That would be pretty obvious, right? After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. Thank you. I've heard enough. Is the case closed? The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is this girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here, a petty thief? Well, great job just admitting that to a judicial court. Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Oh my gosh. How dare you? What is the meaning of this? Oh, she's gone. The girl, she's gone. Open your eyes. Oh my god. I'm over here. Good gracious, how? What was the point in that little sidestep? This is gonna be hard, okay. I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it? No, not at all. This is a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not... Oh, it's green. Whoops. She's so cute. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Nice. Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs? Oh, this? Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day. Down where they keep the four-wheeled drags. It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best. Do not wave that thing in my direction again. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? "'Tis all right, lass. You can tell them the truth now." They have like the same voice, I'm sorry. All right, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. Oh, he's Irish. There's no way I could do it. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony if you please. Now, let's hear it. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright, if I have to. What the girl saw. So, I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like said, always. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then, after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin, I did. And the scream just came out. It's because of that. The swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. That was really hard to read. Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilden. Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. I can't do an Irish accent, I'm so sorry. As I'm sure I said before, sir. Okay. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. Okay, this is where I sat that night, and the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume? Yeah, right there. But is there more to it? Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. Why was she hiding in there? Oh, to like pickpocket though. Aye, of course, the wee lass was stuck in there. I guess I should have known, because you kept saying wee lass, and yeah. Because I'd parked myself on the seat for the duration. Oh. So you see, that's why I let the last bolt. I knew that if the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question? Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So, I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. We got his vote too. Hell yes. We just need the scribe. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. We got hers too! Is that it? Are we done here? Or... Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty? Hell yeah, we did it! That's it! Congratulations! Well, it must mean what? We did it! That we're victorious! We've won? Are you sure? Objection. Oh shit. Okay. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. Okay. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. Oh no, so no one could have hid there. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilden's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. Oh no! Yikes. Are we on the wrong side here? How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affected, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. What was in it? We'll find out in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you there. Bye, guys.